We will be using Cami a lot this semester when we are taking notes on our Chromebooks or turning in assignments. So this is an assignment that you would click on the assignment and it will open it up in a new window in the Cami program. And I wanted to point out some of the tools that I think will be useful for you. The first one is your text to speech tool. You can highlight any of the original text in the document and it will read it to you.
Use Kami tools.
You can come down here and change the speed. You can have the person talk faster or slower. Again, it can only be text that is in the original document. The next one is the markup tool. It's your highlighter tool, and you have a text highlighter. And again, it will only highlight the text that is in the original document. So you can highlight anything. You can come down here and you can change the colors of your highlight. The other highlighter is your box highlighter, and I'm going to come back to that in a minute. The next tool is your text box. So this would be good when writing explanations or any mini writing questions that we might have. You can, again, click anywhere on the document and the text bar will come up here. You can change the font, the size. If you would like to speak to text, voice typing, you can do that as well. But once you click where you want, you can just begin typing and it will save it there. Okay, the next one is your equation. So you are required to still show all your work, and one of the ways to show your work is that you can type your work. So down here we're solving equations, and I know I need to divide both sides by 3. So I can click underneath the problem, and then dividing by 3 is similar to using fractions. So I'm going to click on the fraction button, and it shows up. Then I'm going to type -18. Use the arrow down button on your keyboard to arrow down to put a 3, arrow over and put equals. I want to insert another fraction button. On top, I want it to have 3v, and in the denominator or in the bottom, I want it to have another 3. Now, I can arrow over, but I can't press enter to go to a new line. I just need to click right underneath that one to insert another equation. So -18 divided by 3 is -6 is equal to v. So I have my final answer, and a lot of the times I'm going to ask you to highlight your answer. Well, because we've added this text into the document, we cannot use the text highlighter. This is where the box highlighter is going to be useful. So now we can box or highlight our final answer. Another way to show your work is using the drawing tool. So you can change how thick you want your pencil to be, you can change the color of your pencil, and you can draw your work that you want to onto the paper. So add 11 to both sides and we get v equals 17. So this will take some practice using your touchpad to draw your work. And again, come up to the markup tool and box highlight my final answer. Now, let's say that I have made a mistake. You have your undo button up here that you can use, and it'll undo the last thing that you've done. But maybe this was something you want to go back to number 2 and realize that you made a mistake. You do have the eraser tool, and it will erase anything. You can either click on what you want it to erase, and again, it erased the entire thing, and if you make a mistake, you can hit the undo button and it'll come back. And also with the erase, you can hold down and just hold down on your mouse and kind of glide over what you want to erase, and it'll erase it that way. So you can either click to erase, or you can hold down and kind of glide over what you want to erase. Let's say you're still wanting to do paper and pencil when you're showing your work. So you would type your answers, but then to show your work, what you would do is you would go down to the bottom and click on the plus sign to add more pages. Here you can tell it how many pages you want to add and what type of page you want. I want a blank page, so I'm going to add that to the bottom. Now, when you are going to add your work, so you've done your work on a piece of paper, you need to take a picture of the work, and it needs to be a PNG file or a JPEG file. They will not let you upload PDFs. So here, either you've saved it straight to your computer. I would suggest saving everything to your Google Drive from school. So you can click on the Google Drive. The first time you use it, it's going to ask you to log into your Google account. And the nice thing about here, you can search. Maybe you've saved it as a specific name, so instead of having to scroll through everything, you can search. Or you can just scroll down, and as you can see, it's only brought up all of my images, my PNG files, and my JPEG. Once you find your work, click on it, select it, and it will appear, and you can click and drop wherever you want, and you can resize it to the size that you would like. So again, you can show your work by using the equation tool. You can show your work by using the drawing tool, or if you still want to do paper and pencil, you can add a page and then upload an image of your work. Then when you're done, I'm in the teacher view, but there will be a submit button over here in the upper right hand corner. Some other interesting or things to know is that you can make the tools smaller so that they're not getting in your way. You can also move your toolbar to the other side if you would like, and then make the tools smaller. So I hope this video helped. If you have any questions, please let me know.